you. A little drunk, but I'm alright, 'cause I've been hanging with you, and it feels like love. Tell me if I'm wrong, 'cause it feels like love.
Hello ladies, and welcome to today's video, which is all about a working mom prep for the week. So you're gonna see a variety of things. You're not gonna see a lot of cleaning in this video because I have done that before Saturday, but this is my weekend checklist. So basically by the end of the weekend, those are the things that I want to get done because that makes my week go so much smoother. So we basically have planning, food prep, cleaning, like I said, which I have already done most of it, laundry, which is always the thing, and some paperwork. And the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna bake a banana bread. So I have those ingredients kind of in groups because that's how it requires to prepare it. So we have things that go in a standing mixer, bananas that need to be smashed, and all the dry ingredients. The recipe that I have for that came from, it was so long ago, probably over 10 years ago, so I don't even know where it's at. I know it was in some magazine, but we have been enjoying that banana bread recipe for a long time, and I had a lot of very ripe bananas that either needed to be used or thrown away, and what I usually do with them is either freeze them for smoothies, or I haven't made the banana bread in a while, so my son was asking for that. So that's what we ended up doing.
Don't know what you do, but you make me feel fine. And you can't deny we are not just killing time.
And if you are new here, my name is Marta. On my channel, you're gonna find a lot of content about house and time management for working moms. So if this is the content that you enjoy watching, make sure that you subscribe down below and that you hit that notification button.
In and out of love, never get enough. We never seem to get older. When things are going right, you seem to have the time, but when it's hard, you just grow colder.
So this first portion of the video was recorded on Saturday, so it is not really, the banana bread is not really for the weekly prep, technically, since it was gone before the week has actually begun. It was gone probably by mid of the next day, by mid-Sunday. But I just wanted to share that this is something I typically do on the weekend, some sort of a dessert or something, something sweet for us to eat, some sort of a treat. The next thing that you're gonna see me doing is cooking some soup, and that typically I do on Saturday or Sunday. And it is lasting for a few days into the week. That is something that my kids typically will eat throughout the week, whether that is for lunch if they are at home or for dinner.
We should be good, but we keep lighting fires. The words repeat because we're scared of the silence. We should be good, but we keep lighting fires, fires around ourselves. We should be good, but we keep lighting fires. The words repeat because we're scared of the silence. We should be good, but we keep lighting.
So I find it that as a working mom, getting some food prepped and having a meal plan for the week is a huge help for me. It takes away a lot of thinking, what am I gonna cook, what are we gonna eat? And it also makes the dinner prep faster. So later on in the video, you're gonna see that I'm also cutting up some vegetables, cleaning up the fridge. And those two things are really, if it's something like I'm cooking like a stir fry, or if I'm making spaghetti, I like to throw some veggies in it. And that's having those veggies cut up already is a huge help because I don't know about you, but during the week, it is absolutely insane in the evenings between, the school and homework and getting dinner ready and going to after school activities and all that kind of stuff. It's just crazy. So any shortcuts I can do for myself in the form of prepping over the weekend, I try to do them because it truly makes it so much easier.
Fires around ourselves, it's deja vu. Memories come back when I'm with you. It's deja vu.
And I have shared this recipe before, but it is from 100 Days of Real Food website, so I will link it below. They also have it in the cookbook. But I think this particular recipe is available for free from their website. They have a lot of like good recipes. However, I will tell you that I have modified it so much that if you're gonna read that recipe, you're gonna be like, why did you send me here? Looks nothing like you were making. And that is because I add a lot of veggies and I don't use like bacon. So, just keep that in mind. The next thing we moved on to doing is homework for their Polish school. So they go to that school on Saturdays for a few hours. So I just put whatever their homework is on a little sticky notes. Their teachers usually send it through an email. At this point, my daughter didn't have her homework assignments yet. So she was doing the one page of homework from her daycare / preschool. And my son started on his, and as soon as actually she was done with that one page, her teacher emailed her assignments. So we were able to get it all done. I really like to do it on the weekends, on Sundays, so we don't have to think about it during the week. So when Saturday morning comes, they are ready to go.
Memories come back when I'm with you. Been here 1,000 times. Set up a stage of lies. Say we're done, say it's over. Shouldn't be coming back, but somehow we connect. Acting drunk.
And they were motivated to get their homework done quickly because this is what was happening outside. We had a huge winter storm and they wanted to just go and play. So that is exactly what they did. I joined them after I filmed this clip to really play around, and they stayed there for probably 2 hours or so.
It's deja vu. Memories come back when I'm with you. It's deja vu. Memories come back when I'm with you.
And then it was time for some self-care. I really enjoy taking a bath on the weekend, and I typically do it in the morning or early afternoon because I have learned that if I try to do it in the evening, I usually run out of time. So I really am trying to make it a priority to enjoy it before the day is over.
I just feel I need to take a ride. Got my coffee cup to go, and I'm gonna hit the road tonight.
One of the next things I wanted to accomplish was to really get my son to clean up his room and get it ready for another week of school. He's still doing e-learning. And what we are doing over here is really looking at the app on the phone to see which books we have to return to the library because we were getting close to the deadline.
Now my wheels in motion and my windows open with the wind blowing in my hair. I'm driving down the highway, gonna do this my way. I can feel it in the air. Here I go. Turning up the stereo in a place I didn't know till now. In a different part of town, I see new colors as the sun goes down. No, it doesn't even matter to me where I go. Just feel.
Another short thing that I had on my to-do list for that weekend was to take some measurements of my daughter's closet and on her wall by the closet because I want to organize it a little bit differently. Right now I use the system of bins on the floor, but her clothes are getting bigger and she has more of them and it's very hard to fit them. So I'm planning on buying like a little dresser for the closet, but I wanted to take the measurements before I purchase it because because sometimes I'll buy something because I think it fits and then it doesn't, and obviously that's just a waste of my time because I have to return it and look for something else. So that's what I was measuring inside her closet, and on the side of her closet I want to put like a little mirror and kind of like a, I don't even know what it's called, but something for her accessories, something on the wall, something decorative. So that's going to be coming up probably in a couple of weeks in a video, because that is definitely something I want to get done as soon as possible.
I need to take a ride. I don't know when I'll get back. Keep on going and relax tonight. Now my wheels in motion and my windows open with the wind blowing in my hair. I'm driving down.
And next we move down to the fridge. Now cleaning the fridge is usually something I do as part of cleaning the kitchen. That's usually something that's happening either on a Wednesday or Thursday, but life happened, I didn't get to it, so I am doing it now, just going through what we have in the fridge, throwing away any leftovers that are no longer good to eat, and taking out any veggies that I am going to be using during the week and cutting them up, so again it's easier during the week to cook dinner. And also, one of the things that I use those veggies for, sometimes you're going to see them, I'm doing spaghetti squash. That is something I like to use for lunches to make them healthy and to make some alternative to a typical salad. I still eat salads, but sometimes I just like to alternate between salad and something like a spaghetti squash with either like a turkey meatball or some leftover meat that we have from dinner. So let me know in the comments, do you do any sort of like food prep for the week? Do you do freezer dinners? Do you like to just cut up some veggies? Do you just fully cook dinners for the week and just heat them up throughout the week? Let me know, I'm really interested of what other moms are doing. And here I'm doing just some zucchini spirals, is that what it's called? Or zucchini spaghetti, or however you want to call it. Basically a substitution for any pasta. So that is a newer tool or kitchen gadget that I have gotten. It's very inexpensive. I'm going to link it down below in case you're looking for one. You just hold it and you just move your zucchini in circular motion and it cuts it out for you. And it's also very easy to clean. And next I'm doing that spaghetti squash, which also is very easy to prepare. I basically take out whatever is on the inside. I put some olive oil inside of it, put some salt and pepper, and then just bake it for, I think, 400 degrees for about, I want to say 40 minutes or so. It kind of depends on the size of your spaghetti squash.
1,000 feet, raindrops falling on the street. I can't recall when I last saw the sun. Summer's just a memory, a faded piece of history. No one can remember all the fun. The late night barbecue, zipping on a gin and juice, cruising down the road, no.
So once I cleaned up my kitchen, I wanted to make sure I update our monthly calendar that is in our kitchen command center. It was the end or the last day of January when I was doing that, so I wanted to make sure that I don't leave it for Monday. So this is where my daughter was kind of asking questions, why do you put number 1 on Monday, not on a Sunday? Why is the first square open? So it turned into a little lesson about calendars and days and all that kind of stuff. But I do put basically on this calendar any kids activities or any events like birthdays or things of that nature, just the main things. And it is just so we can, when we are passing by, we can take a quick glimpse at that. Or also for my son, because he's very into knowing what's happening on a specific day. And I think my daughter is starting to, even though she doesn't know how to read, sometimes she'll ask me how many days, and I can just kind of point it out on that calendar for her, and she gets a better understanding of, the dates and times and days of the week.
Yeah, that's the way we roll, bathing in the sun, on the beach having fun. Whoa, these lazy days are never done. I work hard every day, don't waste my time on yesterday. I never shy away from a good time. Coming on Friday night, I see my friends and feel alright. There ain't no stopping us from having fun. There ain't no cloud inside.
And the last thing that I was doing was doing the paperwork, finishing up my big paper declutter. I didn't end up filming it, or I did film it, but it was showing too much of personal information, so I kind of had to decided not to include it in this video. But as you can see, it was a huge pile of things that needed to be shredded and just get rid of. So I was very excited to finally get that accomplished. So overall, I did, I think, everything on the list. Afterwards, I just put a few Valentine decorations. It's very minimal, so it was not really worth sharing me decorating my house, but I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some motivation. Make sure that you are subscribed, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.
Yeah,